Hey guys, welcome. It's Marcy, the Cranky Crafter. It's Fodder Friday. We made it to another Friday, and that's always good. Did you guys have a good week? Busy week? I think mine was kind of laid back. The husband gets home tomorrow, and we're hoping that his flights are fine. He had a little bit of some, issues on the way out, but he made it to his destination, so that's good. So we're going to be doing watercolor. Big surprise, right? I have my watercolor paper. I'm just going to use this rando sheet that I had laying around. But in case you're new, which I hope that we have some new ones because I love it when I get new subscribers. This is just Michael's brand Artist Loft. It's 90-pound cold press. For the fodder, I tend to use 90-pound because it's a lot lighter weight and easier to cut. Easier for your scissors, easier for your hands. So that's what I use. You can use 140 if that's what you have on hand. It's just a little bit tougher to cut through. But, you don't have to go out and buy something new. So we're on to the fall theme again. And we're doing acorns because, yeah, we had to. How fun is that? Little acorn people. Well, that one doesn't have a face, but I made some with faces and little pink cheeks. This little guy, I think he's the smallest one so far. He's a little bit surprised, maybe, exasperated. Can't tell. There's a little gal with some eyelashes, some little plump lips. This one, not happy, kind of concerned. But he's going to work through it, whatever it is he's got going on. And then just some more plain ones. You don't have to put faces. The faces make me laugh. That's why I put them. And we need more joy in the world, so that's where I'm going with that. But if you just like the plain ones, do the plain ones. So that's what we're going to start out. That's what we're going to try. I have a palette mixed up over here. It was something that I already had going, so we're just going to go with it. I've got my workhorse, my 8-round. I've got my dirty water and my little cloth. Most of you know my water is never usually clean. And then I have my main palette, my pans, if I need to pull from. I don't think that I'll need to, but you never know. So let's get to it. Basically, you're just going to start with, well, like most everything on this page, almost starts with something round. I don't know. I think it's because I like simplicity and round is easy. So I'm just going to get some color on my brush. And you're basically, I'm going to scooch you over. Scoot over. Start out with like a little circle shape. Like that. I tend to bring mine into a little point. Don't acorns have a little like point at the bottom? Heck, that's what I think, but you know what? I live in the desert, as you know, and we don't, well, where I'm at anyway, we're not seeing a lot of acorn, like oak trees. Isn't that where an acorn comes from? Oh, brother. Oh, brother. I know, I probably need to, like, research stuff before I get on here and start yammering. I'm pretty sure they're oak trees, but whatever, we don't have many of them here. If you don't want the point, don't put it, because you know what? You do you, boo. And then you just make the little hat. I probably should have given myself more space. That's what I probably should have done. It's okay. And then you can put like the little stemmy thing there. Here's the thing. These can be any color. any size, any shape. Like if you wanted them more elongated, pretty sure there's probably some out there that look like that, then do that. Do a whole bunch of different ones and see which ones you like the best. I like my colors to kind of merge together. If you don't like that, then the best way to avoid that is to let each step dry before you move on. So like you would do the round bit and then let it dry and then add your little top. And you can let it air dry or get out your power tool, you know, your heat gun. I like to call it a power tool because, well, I like it. It makes me feel like I'm a strong person, can use power tools. And I am. Can use power tool if I want it. If I want to. Not the boss of me. Okay, let's see. We're going to do blue one. I'm going to come down a little bit though because I feel like I should have given myself more space. And just remember, you know, this is nature. Everything in nature is imperfectly perfect, right? So don't worry if, like, don't get hung up on it doesn't look exactly how you think it should. And if you get too much water, dry off your brush and just kind of pick it up. Sometimes I get a little bit carried away with my water, but you can fix it. It's not a problem. And then we'll just give this like a little top guy. Look at that. All right. How about we try this red color? It's kind of like a reddish, brownish, maybe wine. Let's try a longer one. Do they make? Yes, I'm pretty sure that nature makes acorns long. Not all of them are little round plump guys, right? Right. I had orange, but I decided let's do blue instead, because I can change my mind. And then, but we give this guy a little one like that. Maybe goes over that way. And like almost all the fodder, when you do the ink work, I kind of said that loud, that's what really finishes it off. It's the ink work. That's what gives it, I don't know, I think like the great detail of it. And then you just keep going. Make them to your heart's content. I feel like that's a little bit wet, so I'm going to pick some of that up. Also, when you, like, if you think that your lines are, you know, too crooked for you or whatever, when you go to do like your fussy cutting, you can remedy that too. Like if you want, we'll get to it, but if you know, if you want it to be different for lack of ease of explaining, you can fix it when you cut it. Does that make sense? I hope so. That. We'll just make a row and then we'll dry them. Kind of liking the green and the blue the most right now. We can do a little one. You guys, when I woke up this morning, it was 36 degrees outside. Yeah. Listen, I love fall. I don't necessarily love winter. In fact, I'm going to just say it. I don't love winter. So the feeling that we have skipped right over most of fall and moved into winter temperatures. No, I veto it. I'm not here for it. The other morning, woke up, hadn't turned on the furnace yet, so the dogs and I woke up to a house that was, I want to say, about 58 degrees. They were shivering. I had gotten up in the middle of the night to put a blanket on the bed, extra blanket. Yeah, wasn't prepared for that. Not really. So, had to turn the heat on. And it's like, it's only mid-October. What is going on? Have to say, these are kind of looking like a hot mess right this minute, but don't worry. Are you worried? Don't worry. They'll be better. I promise. If not, my apologies, but we'll still work with it. All right, one more. If you want to leave some white space in there, go for it. I actually love a good white space because it adds like, it makes it, I don't know, adds like the light to it. I don't know. I'm not an artist, you guys. But for these, I guess I don't really feel like acorns need, you know, to look like they have light and shadow and stuff. Also, don't listen to me because I just make stuff up. Want that? his little thing is, well, it's all right. Let's bring this out a little bit. We can make it like, I know they have some that are like pokey. Should make that one a little pokey. All right, hold please, and I'll dry. Okay, I'll dry. And you know what? If you're just tuning in now, these look like a right mess, but we're gonna make them a little more refined. I have a fine liner. This is just some rando brand, but I love it. But whatever fine liner you have, that's a pencil. The Stettlers are actually one of my faves. So use those if you have them. Use whatever you have. Just, I would make sure that you know that it's going to work well on watercolor paper, because some of them get a little persnickety. And believe me, I've been through bajillion. Okay, so this is basically where we just come in and do our sketching. Now, I like to be super, super loose when I come in around my sketching. And I like to go over it a couple times. I just like the look of that. And then, let's see, we're gonna just do a little line there to separate kind of the cap from the nut. You guys, this is a family channel, so keep it there. All right, now you could put a face on this. You don't have to. You could decorate the little cap. One of my favorites is to do just like some lines, but there's a word for it. What is it? These little lines. Cross hatching, I think, is what it's called. So you just kind of make some real fine lines in one direction and then come in. I turn my paper just because it's easier, and go the other way. It just adds like texture to it, and I love the different textures. All right, should we give this one a face? How about like that? Oh, maybe we could give it like, some eyebrows. Okay, we'll do a smile on this one. Oh, come on. Look at that. You couldn't be angry if you looked at that. Okay, let's do the next one. So just sketch to your heart's content with your pen. And then, you know, if you get a little bit too much of the white showing, if you don't like that, you can fix it when you cut it. And then you kind of come in. I do this bit super light, where I'm kind of separating the cap from the rest of it. And then decide what you're gonna do to, you know, embellish. You could do like little, what are those? Well, they make me think of mermaid scales, but it just shows that there's like a scaly, like if you were to feel it in real life, you'd know what I meant. And then, should we put a face on this one? Let's see. Let's do this. We can do, like he's looking to the side. Oh. Okay. When it got cooler, I put the sweaters on the dogs. Gidget's fine. Like, she's whatever. She just, like, for the most part, Gidget will go with the flow. Ivy, she's not one to go with the flow. So you put her sweater on and she refuses then to do anything at all. Like, oh, bother. Sorry, I was reaching for my pastas. Maybe I should have set them out, because I thought it would be fun to just put some polka dots on that. So I put her little sweater on her because it was you know, cold in here until the furnace kicked on. And then she refused to do anything. Nope, she's not eating. She's not drinking. She won't follow any basic commands. Like normally, you know, she'll sit and lay down. No, she's like, until you take this dang sweater off me, I'm not listening to anything you say. Oh, brother. What? Let's see if we do like little droopy eyes. I'm not even sure where we're going with this, but what expression even is that? What's going on with their eyes? I don't know. So I told her, I'm like, if you're not going to listen, I'll take it off, but I'm just trying to help you out because it's chilly in here. But if you want to be cold, that's on you. So took it off, and immediately she went right over to her food bowl and ate. Whatever. Guess we really know who's in charge, huh? What else could you, we could do this one, this side. How about just leave that one because it looks great. Maybe do a little bit more like that. So did you guys watch the new series that I'm doing from the watercolor booklet? What'd you think? I'm a little bit nervous, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I think we did okay with the first one, but not sure what's gonna happen next. I think it's gonna continue to get harder. That's what I think. Could do some little like that, and then some lips. That acorn's getting ready to go out on the town. So if that's the case, then we need, oh, hold on. Maybe she needs some gold. Oh yeah. Sparkle it up, girl. Sparkle it up. All right, couple more. I mean, I'm really excited about like pushing myself, but I also know that there's going to be some of them that are just going to be something. That's what. They're going to be something. This little curve, I think, helps make the shape. If you were to go straight across, I mean, you could. Like, we kind of went straight across with this one, but I think the curve does it a little bit more. That's just my opinion. How about this one? We do just some little open dots. You could get crazy with your embellishments. You could do like, oh yeah, you could do like some botanicals, you know, coming up with some little leaves on there. Yes, you could. Yeah, now we're on to this. Not sure what this one is called, but we're going with it. Let's see. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And it kind of looks like a radish. except with orange top instead of green. Yep. Doing it. Putting a little face on this one. Ooh. Oh, he's a little bit mad. Those eyebrows just made him mad. He's a little bit angry about something. Yep, he is. I don't know what. You know what you could do too? Is like spring out here. Totally making this up. I don't know what I'm doing. But what if you did like a little leaf like, let's do another one. Oh, come on. You better hush up right now. That would have been cute if I would have done that with the watercolors and they were colored in. You could color it afterwards if you wanted. Totally could. I'm gonna do some long. What he needs maybe is some chocolate, because that always makes me feel better. He is not pleased. He is, in fact, displeased. Okay, I really like those leaves. Do we need to add a fancy leaf to this little gal? Let's do it. Yep. That's going to be a right pain to cut around, just forewarning you. All right. Okay. Where's my skizzers? Here they are. Let's get to it. And you know what else you could do? You could come in after and do splatters. That would be good too. Love a good splatter. All right, let's cut them out. I have string and stickers. Who knows what else on my scissors? It's like, he reminds me of like a scarecrow acorn. I don't know, but maybe he needs to go to bed and get back up again. Sometimes we have those days where you just need to start over because nothing seems to go right. OMG. Yeah. I could see these being right up with pumpkins, where you make so many because you can't stop. It's like, oh, because they're too fun. And you don't even need, you don't have to do these with watercolor. You could do them with colored pencils. You could do them with like collage paper. If you had like jelly prints, just cut out your little circle bit and then put a little cap on it. That would be fun too. And that would be super textured, and that would be great. Or you could do a combination of the two. The world is your oyster. I think People are getting their sprinklers blown out. I can hear the compressors going. It's that time of year here. We have most homes, I won't say all, but most have irrigation systems because it gets so, you know, hot and dry, and it brings water in from the Columbia River. But before the freeze sets in, you know, you have to blow those out. So that wasn't as bad as I thought to cut around. You could get a little bit more, you know, persnickety with it if you wanted, but that's not what we're about on this channel. So yeah, you have to, you know, have them blown out, otherwise they'll freeze, and that's would be not good. Whoops. I like them without the face too. I think that they're great. This half acorn, half radish. Like, oh boy. I'm trying to just kind of do wavy cuts around this one to help, you know, with the texture of his cap, but I don't think anything's going to make him happy, to be honest. I think he's just a little bit grumpy. All right, that's it. Let's see. I'm going to set him on, whoa, some white so that we can see him better. Okay. This is what I love the little leaves on them. Come on, Mr. Scarecrow Grumpy Acorn Man. And then these are the ones. Oh yeah, I didn't put any cheeks on any of them. Well, didn't do it. You could come back with like an acrylic pen if you wanted. I did it when I had the watercolor, but you don't have to. Look at these. So many shapes and sizes, just like us, just like people. And these didn't even get anything on their little caps. I can add more if I want. Some gold would look pretty on those. All right, we did it. Another Fodder Friday. All done and accounted for. Happy acorns, grumpy acorns, acorns getting ready to go out on the town. Well, surprised acorn, displeased or concerned acorn. I don't know, but they're all fantastic. If you guys do some of these, you know, I have my community tab on my page open now. So if you're on your phone or like an iPad or some kind of tablet, you can go up to community and make a post of like your makes. It doesn't have to be these. Anything that you make, you can put in there. I would love to see whatever you're working on. That would be fun. And I would love to, you know, start building that community so that everybody can share in what they're making, and we can all, you know, be happy with each other about it, because that's part of being in a community, right? Is enjoying each other's work and lifting each other up and all that great stuff. So hopefully you had a great time. Hopefully you can like my channel and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.